Zeiss AxioPlan 2ie Imaging Motorized Upright Fluorescence Microscope. We've configured this microscope with a trinocular head, with a Mercury illumination system, and with a halogen bottom transmitted illuminator. This particular microscope is motorized. You've got motorization on the focusing as well as the condenser. Here's the cord for the condenser, and you've got buttons on the front of the condenser for changing the diameter of your iris, for changing the different settings, as well as changing or engaging and disengaging the top front lens. The top front lens is what you would want to disengage if you have like a 5-power objective. Also, you want to make sure you got color illumination set properly, so you raise and lower using these condenser racking knobs. You raise and lower it to the right position where your field iris diaphragm, which is in here, controlled by this knob. Close down your field iris diaphragm. Raise and lower your condenser so that your field iris diaphragm is in focus. Then you want to center your condenser using these two knobs, all while you're looking at about a 10-power eyepiece, a little lower, or a 10-power objective, a little lower power like that, so that you can get the field iris in view. You've got buttons for raising and lowering the stage. You got a load and a view. Load, you're gonna press the button, it's gonna go down. You hit the view button and it raises it up higher. It raises it up to the last setting. And you have a harmonic balance motor inside, so your coarse and fine adjustment on your focusing, that's going to change the distance of the stage, the elevation of the stage. On-off button, variable intensity. You've got a diffuser right in here. That's your diffuser for your bottom transmitted light. You're going to want to have that engaged so that you can't see the filament of the halogen light. You've got buttons for the rotation of the turret. The turret inside for the reflector modules, as well as the objective nose piece turret. You got some of those knobs on buttons on both sides that you would hit to change these settings. You've also got a 3200K button that sets it to the proper voltage so that the color temperature is 3200K. You've got your field stop and your aperture stop, iris diaphragms, and you have centering adjustments on those. Use a 3mm hex Allen head and you can center these iris diaphragms. This particular microscope has a viewing aid for centering the Mercury lamp. So this is where you're going to look, and you're going to need to pull out this knob on this side. Just pull it out. Once it's out, there's a mirror inside, and it diverts the light over to the side so you can see this Mercury art. You've also got computer connectivity with this microscope. You've got an RS-232 port in the back. You can connect the computer to this microscope. You can use Zeiss AxioVision LE, and you can control this microscope. You can control the focusing, the nose piece rotation, the condenser settings. This is a 100-watt halogen on the bottom. you've got an upper and lower switch. You're going to want it on the lower switch because we're using this only for transmitted light. It's got another port if we were to have a halogen for the top, but we're not doing that. We're not setting it up for metallurgicals. This is set up for fluorescence. These buttons are for centering. So you're going to use the 3mm hex, and you're going to adjust the bulb inside while looking into the viewing eye port, the centering port. And also adjust your collector lens so that you have a good full intensity across the whole field of view. On your head, you've got a 3-position head. What that does is it takes the light either to 100% to the eyepieces, or 100% to the camera port, or 80-20, 80% of the light to the camera, just a little bit, 20% to the eyepieces. On the eyepieces, you do have diopter adjustments on both eyepieces. And you've got interpupillary distance adjustment. Your cubes are inside. Here's how you access the cubes. We can change these cubes to whatever you may want. Just let us know what your needs are. This particular microscope has got a UV filter. This is good, especially if you're using a DAPI and you've got a lot of light coming off your specimen. It's nice to engage this filter and block that light. This is your power supply for the HBO 100 Mercury. The cord just goes to the back of it. You also have a digital LED readout, so it gives you the number of hours. So you want to set that to 0 when you start. Anytime you put in a new bulb, you reset that to 0. And we can change the camera if you like. This camera is probably not included in the ad. You need to look at the ad to see what, if any, camera is included, as well as the C-mount. But this microscope can accept any type of a C-mount camera. If you have any questions about this Zeiss AxioPlan 2ie upright microscope, please let us know. Thank you.